I regret to inform you that there has been a murder. 2, in fact. Senselessly. 2 of my plants were tragically slain. Still kind of going through the 5 stages of grief. Cycling back to anger because I'm going to use that energy to make sure that this never happens again. This is not the first time, but it will be the last time. So I've got this garden bed around the entire front porch, right? And it's got this like plastic tubing edging. It's honestly not great, but it is very visible to most people. Not to who does the yard work. Now, I'm grateful that I don't have to do the yard work. Don't get me wrong. It's hot out here. But like I said in my last video, plants are expensive. And especially these ones. It was a hydrangea that I had planted last year, so it was basically the size of a 2-gallon one. And if you look, those are like $50 now for a plant. Could have just left it alone. The one that I think I'm more devastated about is the bleeding heart, because that is literally my favorite flower. They're both gone. I don't know if they'll return. I had planted them last year, so there's a chance that they'll pop back up, but I'm peeved. This is not the first time that this area has been ravaged, by the way. I also had something out here that I don't remember the name of, but it's meant to be like a ground cover, and that was weed whacked a few weeks ago. It is coming back. That one is proving that it might actually be invasive, but honestly, I don't know how long it could survive if it wasn't in the garden bed, with how merciless the weed whacking is. So I am devastated. It doesn't seem like it. But I discovered it yesterday, so I've had like half a day to process it. And the way we're gonna make sure this doesn't happen again is with a very clear and obvious border. I'm going to do what I did on the other front bed here with the rocks, because that has pretty much stayed untouched, thankfully, because those plants are even more expensive at this point. So I am going to rip out this plastic, useless tubing, edging, and then dig a trench and put some rocks in it. Now thankfully I did not use all the rocks on that side, and I've got plenty left, so hopefully I have enough for this whole edge. It's still wet. It's crying, it's weeping. It's sad. I am sad. Why did this have to happen? Bleeding heart. This is the one that got whacked last time, you can see. And this was a hydrangea. So yeah, that one might come back. The roots are still healthy, but we must prevent another tragedy like this from occurring. So let's get to work. So I don't think I'm gonna follow the same path as I had for the plastic, because it's wavy. I'm just gonna straight across from the stairs and then curve around. I think that'll look pretty good. Why did it have to come to this? fairly straight, and then curve, and then again fairly straight. Let's look at it from this side too, just to be absolutely positive. I think it's straight enough. Yeah. I often work on the principle of good enough, but you haven't noticed. Because, I mean, it's like rustic cottage, so it's fine. Let me get some rocks. Let me show you my rock pile, actually. These are all rocks that we inherited from previous owners. Yeah. I think they're mostly limestone. I was just gonna dump them and go get another load, but it's actually easier to set them in place. Now, not pack them in, just stick them in the trench for now. So, doing that first, then getting another load. Some of these I think I'll add dirt underneath them to try to be nosy, but can't see anything. It's around the corner. I'm gonna build up the dirt around some of these underneath them so that they're, you know, the right height. Final reveal time. Are you ready? Ba, ba, da, ba, 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 ba. Rocks, rocks, rocks. All the way around. Hard to miss this, I think, at this point. So hopefully this ends the destruction of my plants in this area. I'm sure there will be more elsewhere, but I basically used all of the easily moved rocks from the rock pile back there. So if I need to do, I will have to do this again, and I'll have to excavate the rest of them or use something else. I don't know. Really just using these because they're available. So I guess I have to wait and see if these 2.5 plants survive and come back before I like try to replace them. It would be kind of silly to do that, although I never say no to more plants, so we'll have to wait and see. If the plants aren't like extraordinarily expensive, like I've been seeing $50, then I might just go ahead and get replacements, put them in pots, and then set them in this spot to wait. And then if they do come back here in the ground, I'll plant the new ones in the ground somewhere else. So, you know, hydrangeas get about 5 foot in diameter, so can't really have 2 of those here. But there's plenty of other spaces to put one. Like I've got one over here, actually, on the other side of this little walkway. Right there. It's not that I couldn't use it, it's more a matter of, do I need it? And I don't know yet. I guess we'll have to figure that out in another video. Thank you for watching. See you then.